Welcome back with what could be the final game of our relegations into Season 3. Problem Solves one game away from finding their hopes of the SPL team coming true. Randozos need 3 straight to keep the dream alive.
At this point, Randozos need a serious kind of like makeover, right? Like they need to have winning lanes, a
Oh, I
mid-game
thought you meant
plan.
like lipstick and hairdos.
Oh, I guess they could do that too, but that'd be awkward. But this is Smite, so yeah, they need a complete makeover in the sense that they need winning lanes, team fight. Like they need a good team fight phase and also a game plan. It seems like a lack of game plan. A lot of ranked strategies, really. It's kind of like Scaredy is gonna roll in mid lane. I'm just gonna ult Hurriwind. Oh, beats her up. Well, now I'm dead. Or like nothing's really happening. There's nothing. It's just more of like everyone's getting outplayed individually, and there's no solid like team fighting phase. No one's grouping up. No one's making anything happen as a group.
Picks and bans, Game 3, this could be it. Relegations might be done, and we'll have our teams for the SPL. Randozos going to have second pick this time, trying to switch things up.
I'm calling the Salty NA run back, but ISIS bans out of Problem Solve, nothing new, really. Don't want to deal with ISIS, don't want to give Randos any sort of early game advantage. And yeah, I expect the same bans, really, the Kepri and...
ISIS going to be taken away. Randozos, I mean, I don't really want to see them deal with that Janus again, man.
I would like to see a Janus ban. I think that would be pretty good. Hurriwind has proven to be one of the better Janus players in NA, especially even when he was like a sub for Cloud9, he was still really talented and really skilled. We do have Athena banned away, and I like this, just taking it away, that CC, that control out of both squads. Geb is available with Soul banned out of the Randozos, so this leaves a lot open.
I would say Problem Solve picks Janus here. I mean, it's been tried and true so far for them. Hurriwind has had a great amount of pressure against Azura. Why change?
We saw the Randozos immediately first pick Hui, and the Chronos is actually picked.
This
Chronos
was
has been
banned.
banned every single time, so I guess they value Chronos over the Janus, and really it's been such a popular pick in ranked. Everyone's been picking Chronos, everyone's been carrying with Chronos, especially with the new Zeros build. So Janus being immediately picked away for Randozos. Maybe I don't think they needed to pick Janus, but just take it anyway, and the Hui locked in yet again.
Decent damage. Red team looking very red right now as well. Left side, Problem solved. Geb's still on the table. The only of the top tier support still remaining. But Problem Solved so far has been a little bit more aggressive, choosing Guan instead.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Sobek pick, right? Like anything aggressive. They like to set the tone in dueling, and they go for those very aggressive kills, especially recognizing that maybe Meerkat isn't a veteran to the duel lane. Let's take advantage of that and put him on the back foot. So,
Wow.
is he going to do it again?
He might. And there's Thor as well, trying to take something away from Garz. I would imagine this will be Hun Bots picked up for the Randozos. Although Garz was one of the first and earliest proponents of Kali, who is probably a better pick. And yes, it's going to be that.
Yeah, the Kali locked away before the banning phase. I like this. Taking it away. Oh, not that, like, before it can actually get banned. And now we're going to start the banning phase, so supports are all open. We have Ymir, Sylvanus, Geb. I would like to see maybe Problem Solve go for a traditional lane, but Kabrakan.
Was that a mispick? Was that a misclick by production? Is it actually Kabrakan?
Wow, yeah. Kabrakan is
Why?
banned to just... I couldn't tell you, man. Just cracking my brain. Like, I don't know anymore. So we have Kabrakan banned away the Osiris. I like this just in case that is Vamana solo. Osiris definitely the biggest bully in Soul Lane right now that no one's really prioritizing at all. So whatever. And then we have the Geb ban for Randozos, realizing that Geb shield is pretty good. PolarBearMike actually had some really good shields last game that we didn't pick up on because the team fight was already over. But for the most part, he was saving Scaredy a lot when he was going in aggressively. He was saving Garz. He was doing great things with Geb. Cataclysms were on point, just not really much of a team fighting presence out of the Randozos. If they could switch that around, PolarBearMike, it would be so good for PolarBearMike to initiate.
Wow.
As we do have the Sylvanus pickup. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like
Sylvanus against Vamana and Thor, to me, is probably not the pick.
especially considering that Randozos have been nothing but behind each game so far. Sylvanus behind means that, you know, you go like 0-8.
And check out the Sobek healing reduction to stop what Sylvanus and Kali are going to do, and it's going to be Ullr.
Very aggressive lane coming out of Problem Solved here.
This is 3-3 though, right? So Ullr has been buffed?
Yeah.
What is it? Mana cost, and if he stance switches, he no longer erases the passive gain from the 2 activation.
It's also Bladed Arrow. Yeah, the reduced mana and Bladed Arrow is going to have a much easier laning phase.
Yeah.
We have clean lanes coming out of Problem Solved. Right now, we just need the solo lane out of Randozos. And really, what is Scary D's response now? It's definitely a Vamana solo.
I mean, he needs something that's going to absorb auto attacks. I think
Tier's a safe
I was
pick.
going to say Odin.
Odin would be great too, actually, but I think I like this pick as well. Tier's safe. Not too much you can do in terms of like contesting Vamana, right? But you're going to still be quite a force to deal with by mid to late game. And with small grouping out of Problem Solved.
Aduro doesn't notice, and that's a Sobek leading the way.
Look at him, he's looking around.
And flung back. He better have portals or he's dead. It doesn't matter if he has portals. First blood taken immediately. Problem solved, looking to close this one out quick.
Yeah, Randozos completely unaware. No early wards out either. Very sloppy. You could tell they're demoralized. Most teams would have warded.
That was lazy.
Yeah, that was extremely lazy. I think they're definitely in their own heads right now because most teams would have warded out, looked around. Hey guys, we could still bring this back, but maybe no encouragement, maybe no communications coming out. I mean,
on the opposite end, I bet Problem Solved's communications were very similar to, hey, maybe we should just rush in because I don't think they're going to be paying it. Oh, I'm sorry, Hurriwind's playing Ullr?
Ullr middle. Wow. So Hurriwind's been doing a lot of AD carry middle, and his Ullr mid's actually really strong. I remember especially before when I was a pro player. Yeah.
I don't remember that. Was that real?
Kinda, not really.
All
But
right.
yeah, Hurriwind was running a lot of AD carry middles. It seems to be the big trends right now, especially when a lot of the mages are the primary bans. You put the mage like Chronos elsewhere. So Metyankey, you're going to be taking Chronos in the dual lane. And yeah, maybe some aggressive kills with Chronos Sobek?
I think this is pretty good, especially considering the fact that Ullr will have a much better escape path away from... Oh my god! Hurriwind just chucks an axe right at Aduro, and then 3 auto attacks in a row, plus a bladed... Jeez.
Wow.
Hurriwind, stop!
Woo! It's getting hot because Hurriwind is he's looking to make the plays. Lots of it. I like that too because like Hurriwind didn't need to do that. He set the pace for this 2v2 right now. Now Aduro knows what's up. I'm playing back. I'm playing on tower line. There's no way I'm contesting this.
I really want to see Homiefe solo this camp on the left side with Hurriwind just kind of like hanging around like this, exactly, to ensure that they still have control on the right side as well. How quick can Garz get over there? It looks like they're going to make the attempt. Portals should be on cooldown for about another 3 seconds. Hurriwind has wave clear potential, or they can go for the kill.
And that's the power of like this AD carry middle. You have so much aggressive 2v2 team fight, especially considering Janus isn't really noted for the early game. The axe is a little bit off the mark, but you can still get some poke damage here.
Stop, just guys.
If Homiefe teleported, maybe that would have been a kill, but no guarantee as they back up here.
I don't think he should have did that. Putting himself in that scenario could have, unstable vortex, decent damage and a good return, forcing the bees though.
The auto
Hurriwind, does he have it? Does he got those?
If only he had an ability up, Hurriwind hitting the nicest auto attacks. He hits more auto attacks than I do, and
that's why you're a caster.
Yeah, shoutouts. The washed up crew. So we do have Hurriwind and Homiefe. There's so much pressure in the mid lane right now. And there's nothing you can do. This is also one of the problems with Janus, right? Early game, pre-5, you're not really doing too much. Your job is to clear the wave when unstable vortex, and you just kind of chill.
Man, 70 damage already? Like, that's a lot.
It's a big deal.
Look at this guy. Look at this. Right side camp still available. He ignores them to go for the backs. And at this point, they have to assume, Garz has to assume that Homiefe went for the right camp. So it's likely they're not going to take any pressure towards that side. Does he have the axe? No, stuck behind creeps. Stuck behind creeps. Still winds up getting it. Garz in some trouble. Able to jump away. Creeps cleaned up. Right side camp's about to go to PS. No, they're hovering left.
I mean, I like the Signs of Life. Garz able to get some very good poke in, but really Aduro being 2 levels behind the enemy jungler and losing. Now it looks like Randozos, because of their mid-jungle failure, are going to lose all of their buffs. Back Harpies on the right side taken, Boar's taken for the dual lane of Metyankey and Jigz, and they can use this to snowball their lead into a very healthy mid-game.
Nice shot from Meerkat. Decent damage onto Metyankey. Fling back, but a grab as well as they trade places to the sky, though. Look at this, double stun. Lot of damage coming out. Jigz about to lay the waste. Got the kill. 2-0. Problem solved.
I mean, that was great. They completely... I think they wanted to go for the aggression there, but that's probably a lack of communication. Didn't realize what the jungler was, and the Thor ult came in, cleaned up the dual lane there. So, Great play coming out of problem solved yet again. And a lot of this is just communications based. If you don't know where the jungler is, you shouldn't take the 2v2, but they're probably not relaying that message really well on the Randozos comms.
Look at this again, Garz. They're going to choose red buff. No one has taken this right side camps yet. They still, I guess, assume that Homiefe has taken this camp by himself when he went for the back camps instead. So that experience is still up for the taking.
Yeah, not so many people are messing with the Fire Minions. And honestly, I mean, you've dealt with the Fire Minions, right? They just move back and forth. Look at them.
The Ellies? Yeah, man, I hate those guys.
I don't even like taking them just out of the principle they just move around too much.
So Garz finally recognizes that this camp might be here, and he's going to rotate over. But it looks like there was a wait on this one. Homiefe's here, but he's going to let them go. No one else in range. He doesn't want to give up experience as well. So
yeah, Hurriwind backing for the Transcendence before Boots, by the way, and they're going to take left camps.
Garz actually ahead in experience, but obviously behind in gold thanks for the kill that resulted in the first blood to start the game. That did go to Thor. Homiefe at about 3,600 gold right now, actually tied with the solo laner Baskin.
Considering the pressure coming out of mid-jungle, I'm very surprised Garz has an experience lead on Homiefe because really, he has no business of being ahead, right? He's lost some of his jungle, lost back harpies, lost boars, and Scarity's actually taking a beating.
He chooses Fearless, not able to get away completely. He'll be, actually dodges it. Fearless into lane, and he's going to be forced to ult. Slow will not persist, and Baskin's not going to have kill potential here.
I like the footsies there. Baskin move like one back step backwards and avoids the heal altogether out of Scary D.
He's going to go. Yeah, he's got the heal. Baskin's going to be forced to jump out here. He doesn't want to give up this experience. He still looks like going to give up the gold.
Yeah, Scary D in a tight spot. Baskin one level up in the soul lane. And really, that's nothing special. It's been the story of the past 2 games. But with Tier, he might be able to make something more happen by mid-game.
Hurriwind took a lot of damage, but they return it immediately, forcing Garz ult. Hurriwind does not find the hail of arrows. He was looking for it, though. Garz will escape. Aduro, the only one healthy in the mid lane, until that is Jigz walks into control.
Yeah, and really that's the big thing with Jigz, being able to walk up mid and hand out a lot of control. He's kind of warding, he's going to de-ward here. And that's Jig's purpose. Whenever Homiefe gets back to mid lane, expect a little bit more aggression. They've had complete control out of the mid jungle this whole time, and I don't expect it to lessen anytime soon. Garz taking a lot of poke there.
Yeah, again, actually, you'll notice, he's pretty low. Hurriwind going back to the base. Does he have enough for his boots? I don't think, not quite. This should be a boots 2 pickup. Oh, wow, only boots 1.
Maybe getting some wards, some potions. Yeah, he does have a sentry ward and a health potion. I think I like that too. Make sure you get some vision control. They did sentry the top left side of the mids. So they're definitely in the left jungle a little bit more. I think they're just kind of letting Baskin do his thing, which he's doing a great job. He has a level lead on Scary D. Just pure bruising him and taking his farm.
Let's actually check out the graph for experience per minute. Should tell us just how far Baskin is ahead, and that's about 80. Which is a pretty big deal at this stage. At 6 minutes, you're looking at, that's a 2 to 3 waves worth of experience.
Yeah, we see the proxy farming coming out. Baskin realizing that there's no jungle pressure coming out on his side as Hurriwind's forced to dash away. Being a little bit too aggressive there. Baskin's actually coming in for a little bit of poke. More of a minor annoyance, but notice that Baskin, he proxied away from Scary D, and then he's going over there. So much pressure.
Oh, pulled him right into the tower, forced the beads. I don't know if he can escape from this one. One shot's going to do it. Garz gets the kill. A absolutely unbelievable grab. Jigz, I'm sorry, PolarBearMike really showing up for the first time.
Yeah, PolarBearMike making a huge play. The Heavenly's popped out. They're looking to make a little bit more out of that one pick. Homiefe completely caught out. Meerkat is credited with that kill.
Decent damage. Jigz probably put himself pretty high on the damage charts after that one. Damage coming through onto Meerkat. Doesn't really have a way out of this. One more hit's going to do it. Metyankey going to take the rewind as well. Very smart. Cooldown's back. Health back to full. Jigz looking for the grab. How long does he have on the cooldown?
They want PolarBearMike. He has no way to get out of this. Jigz waiting for the cooldown on his pluck. Oh, the stun's about to come out. Whoa.
Jigz didn't take the opportunity, but able to return it. Aduro completely out of mana at this point. We're going to be looking at Garz. No, Garz actually went back to the mid lane. Doesn't have the opportunity for the kill.
That could have been a pickup, but Hurriwind's going to actually aggress onto Garz, clear the wave. Baskin's there for the just in case.
That's Gold Fury. Hell yeah, that's free Gold Fury.
It's a free Gold Fury. Everyone is either dead or backing on the Randozo side of things. And Gold Fury 8 minutes in is very squishy. They're going to be able to blow this one up. As we do have Scary D, there's the blink, and he might actually be able to do something here.
Oh, look at Jigz, though. Perfect tail whip right on the back end. Hurriwind taking some damage here in place. Not going to find it.
Should have read where he would jump. But, I mean, I guess I enjoy the ult in place, as we'd have Baskin. He's just going to take boards and pushing and pressuring the soul lane. Not even rotating for that one.
He's going for the patented Omega behind the tower, split push to the next wave.
Yeah.
I like this. It gets more creeps into the tower, gives him a better back opportunity, or the ability to rotate through the jungle in a very unsafe manner while still forcing a split. Baskin going to take some damage here. No follow-up, strangely, from Aduro as he rotates over to try to stop the wave from taking the tower.
He could die.
Oh, my. Oh, what level are you? Get out of here.
Yeah, that's a dead...
What in the world?
Yeah, that's a big baby, as Baskin just destroys Aduro. I mean, he has literally 5 levels on Aduro at this point, Aduro being level 8, Baskin being level 13, was able to make quick work of the Janus, as Scary D trying to lock down Baskin here. And meanwhile, in the duel lane, Metyankey's getting dove. Great dive, but Metyankey's going to pay for it with his life. There's the Sobek ultimate, and I think he accepted his fate at this point.
I almost got the triple bounce. He got a
been
double. But it's going to be a trade. I think that's still in favor of Meerkat, getting a kill onto a carry versus a kill onto a carry for a support. I think it's pretty much worth it.
Yeah, that's huge, especially considering that like Randozos, they're looking weak. They are down a good amount of gold so far, and it's 9 minutes in the game. You don't want to be down this much gold. So, yeah, that's exactly what Meerkat needed to do. Even if he does cause his own death, that's do more stacks down on Chronos and maybe look to pressure the lane when he gets back. Pen boots online for Chronos, though. Metyankey is looking to get his build online.
All right, Doomorb, you'll see, ready to go. Few stacks still remaining. Pen boots, same thing in the mid lane. Boots plus Transcendence, very similar builds, both going for carry damage.
Look at the Randozos mid-jungle support. They're huddled up under the tower like, please don't hurt me. Just please stop poking. And Hurriwind, look at him, he just stands switching, being so aggressive. That portal was ugly.
They should have at least used it for the movement speed.
I would have done it. I would have gone through it like, woo, look at me.
Speaking of look at me, Garz jumps over through space and time, does some damage. Jig's not in a great spot, either is PolarBearMike, however, as he forces himself into his ultimate. Red buff goes down. It looks like it was not taken off the invade. It was able to be taken back by the Randozos. And that camp will go, it looks like, to Hurriwind as well.
Look at the pressure coming out of Homiefe, taking so many buffs. Metyankey a little bit out of position, but rewinds, knowing that he's going to rewind all the way back to the safety of his teammates. And Meerkat in quite a tight spot. Mark of the Crows out in the ricochet, but nothing crazy.
Hurriwind trying to flank around from the right side, doesn't get the axe he was looking for, but map control so far, it seems, belongs to problem solved. Granted, it's on the side with the Gold Fury that doesn't exist currently, but...
Look at Hurriwind 2v1 being so aggressive. He does take some damage here.
Got him.
He's going to look for a Duro if he can hit every
auto. You got those?
Not
it's
quite.
on cooldown.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Shout out
third
to
time.
Yeah, Bladed Arrow just came up, but he's going to use that to clear the way. But Hurriwind is so aggressive, so manly.
Scary D actually steals that away, but uses all of his mana to do so. Baskin sticking to him, and that's going to be a kill. But he did get a small amount of mana to start. Meerkat able to get the kill off the dive. Aduro rotating over. Metyankey with no ultimate, trying to fight this. Aduro not in a great spot. Garz needs to get a kill here before get the stun. Does enough damage. We'll find it. Here comes Hurriwind. Oh
Whoa.
My, he does got those.
Hurriwind showing that he can play a hunter just as well as a mage, and he picks up the kill. That was max range. So, like, that was beautiful. Like, great Ullr play. Zatman would be proud. So.
Right side, Baskin going to get the tower after soloing down Scary D. Very smart, very efficient, lets the wave do the work while he goes and clears for the experience. This will guarantee his ability to rotate a little bit quicker. And you note he throws out the Umbrella Ring a little bit early to only hit the fronts. He does this so that he can just get this on cooldown as fast as possible because he knows Armored Umbrella will clear the backline no matter what. Very efficient.
Baskin showing that he can Vamana really well. Dude, I think Randos at this point kind of know their fate. Garz just kind of chilling. And it's really like, I want to see a little bit more Sun's Light, but individually they're getting outplayed on every aspect of the game. Early game,
except
team
for
fighting.
Garz.
Yeah, Garz is just kind of chilling. He's been, well, you know,
See, I think that's so hard for me because I've been casting for so long, and you know, part of the job is building storylines, right? You want to push players, and one of the players we pushed for so long was Garz, and he's on this all-star roster. They were supposed to win Worlds, they take 3. They were supposed to win Split 1, they don't even go to, or they go to LAN, they lose to I think you guys, right? Mm-hmm. And there was a downward trend, and he goes from the best player in the world to playing with players who were obviously very, very good. PolarBearMike almost made Worlds. Worlds. Meerkat, you know, would have attended that LAN as well, but they at their peaks weren't on the same level as Garz, and now he's playing down to even compete in the SPL, and so far, it's not looking great for the team.
I mean, really, when you think of Randozos, you think of players that couldn't quite make the cut. And this is no offense to any of them.
No,
but
sure. I mean, that's a fact.
They could not make it to the SPL team of their choosing, and now they are all coming together to unite to see if they can make it. As
Did he just hit a triple stun? If he gets out of this.
He actually is.
Oh, I'm so mad.
Ricochet just a little bit off the
He's
mark.
got the blink, and the beads right through it. Metyankey gets out of a 4-man gank.
Garz looking for the 1v1 on Homiefe. Not enough damage. Garz in such a tight spot. Great.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a big shame.
Didn't trust his teammates there, right? Didn't realize they would go
yeah,
for that.
Homiefe misses. Wow.
And Garz with the blink away. The Heavenly is out from PolarBearMike. Meerkat actually picks up Metyankey with the help of Scary D, so that's a positive, right? The Randozos. Meerkat is actually getting quite fed. He's forced on the defensive, though. There's the jump. I don't think he's going to be able to get away from Baskin. There's no way.
No, I mean, that's full CDR, and
Curse
there's the beads. That was a wasted set of beads. There was no reason for him to do that. Baskin finds himself on a killing spree as he rotates into the jungle. Someone, who is that? Garz just barely getting out of there. Ult's on cooldown, and it looks like Scary D's going to try to make something happen, but they're investing into a support.
Yeah, it looks like Scary D bruising Jigz, but it's not going to be quite enough. There's no more follow-up coming out of the Randozos, and now they lose their red buff yet again.
Wow, it was cleared pretty quickly, actually. Baskin, this full CDR baby kind of laying waste.
And Hurriwind, he is chunking. The Aussie is online. He does have a bit of lifesteal. And he's been so aggressive this whole time in the mid lane. It's been Hurriwind 2v1, 3v1, just kind of slapping. Great pull by PolarBearMike. Baskin taking quite a bit of damage, but not enough. Garz looking to kind of aggress in there, but he takes a double tap to the dome.
Yeah, welcome back to lane. Hurriwind, no beads available. That's going to be a clean kill. Beautiful stun as well from Garz right as he lands. No escape possibility there. Still 10-7 for problem solved, but again, signs of life.
Yeah, and I like the play there. Scary D, even though he's being behind, he's getting handled by Baskin, right, who's been a world-class soul laner. And there's not much he can do about it. Picks tier. He's like, I'm going to take the L, right? And he's going to do these hot setups, which so far in the dual lane, he's set up for Meerkat killing Metyankey, and now he's set up in mid lane taking out Hurriwind. So Scary D making some things happen here. Maybe what they need on the Randozos, as Gold Fury is available, and they are actually going to be able to maybe contest it.
All right, Gold Fury started. They desperately need a win here for Randozos. I don't know if they have the pressure. Double tap going to hit. It's going to be a quad tap. That'll be reset. And PolarBearMike in a bad spot.
Yeah, PolarBearMike shouldn't have been taking it, but Metyankey gets taken out by Scary D on the backside of things. Meerkat forced in a defensive position, and in the backside, Garz actually forces the beads onto Homiefe. On the backside, we do have Garz jumping away from Baskin. Scary D picks up Homiefe, and it looks like it's kind of like everyone's kind of scattered about. Scary D might be able to get some. Meerkat's in such a tight position.
That's trouble. That's the last of his abilities, and he's going to be taken down once that Sanctuary's gone. There's no real escape path here. Scary D rotates back in. Should be able to escape pretty easily from this, unless Baskin's sticking with those slows. Lots of damage coming through. Bulwark going to get popped. How long on Jigz? Does he have it? 4 seconds before he can fling him out.
This is the heal there. Scary D in such a tight position. The portal's there.
Oh, my God.
But couldn't get to it in time.
Hurriwind stuns him. Aduro places the portal down, and at the same time, we see Scary D take a step too far.
Yeah. I don't think, like I said, I feel like the Randozos also, they must not be communicating. It's been such a
That
big...
knock-up.
That was huge.
God bless.
Yeah. Knowing with the knock-up, especially with hard knock-ups in this game, you cannot use any kind of relic, you cannot use any abilities.
Well, you can use the relic. In fact, he did use the relic. He burned the beads in the air. It just doesn't affect anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So pretty much hard knock-ups are pretty much the CC of choice, especially in competitive play, and Vamana, no exception. The dash-up was good, and Garz has fallen. Hurriwind takes the tier 1 tower in the mid lane, 17 minutes in the game, 14-9 in Palm Sol's favor.
The 7K gold, 10,000 experience. It's been the same story all day.
I mean, the kills don't even really paint the story well enough. It's really just the experience and the gold. Losing their jungle over and over again, the Randozos have not done anything to answer back.
How is it that Risky Business, with that squad, no offense, but was able to put up a bigger fight and take games when Garz, Aduro, PBM, and Meerkat are having this much trouble?
Well, when I see these teams, right, these are all talented players, right? A lot of these players, hey, I would put you on my SPL team. But when I look at Risky Business, that's an actual team.
That's true.
People that are trying to make it from Challenger scene to the SPL.
Garz is really looking for this. He blinks in. I don't think he's going to find much here.
Yeah, looks like waste the beads, and it's actually going to back Baskin taking the fire elementals. Look at them. Look at them, just kind of, yeah.
Is that what they do?
Yeah. And then Gold Fury. Looks like a free Gold Fury for Problem
Oh,
Solved
my.
here.
No one's even close.
No wards, no vision, no sort of contest coming out. And Baskin looking to hug a tree.
No Frostbound Hammer here, so just throws in a few auto attacks. He's got that Pestilence for healing. Nice juke as well. Meerkat forced to jump. Baskin's going to chase this one down. Big baby form could be a possibility. Spirit Gun coming through. Decent damage. In the back line, Garz going to be forced to ult soon if he doesn't get away. Baskin trying for damage. Meerkat very, very low and will fall.
Yeah, Meerkat throwing up the Suns before he dies. Scaredy in such a tight position, taking so much damage. Great heal, not quite enough. Baskin picks up the double. On the backside of thing, Aduro taking too much damage. The pull is great from PolarBearMike, but not quite enough.
I think that's it.
And it looks like PolarBear is forced to waddle away as they lose a tier 2 tower. Phoenix is probably next up. And Problem Solver just kind of bullying the opposition. They are taking control of everything. They've taken control of all the objectives. Gold Fury is in their favor, and the Phoenix is most likely going to go down for them.
Garz taking a clean 600 to the throat as the Phoenix falls. 19 minutes into the game. As easy as Flex ran through denial, it seems like problem solved. He's not really having much of a problem.
Too soon.
Too soon?
No. But yeah.
It's like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah. So, Problem Solved just backing up. They don't even need to go for the Fire Giant at this point. I think they're pretty confident, especially with this much of a lead. You actually would have to go AFK at this point to really lose a team fight, but they're going to take the gold they got from the Phoenix and the towers back and maybe do a Fire Giant fight or push a tier 2.
Oh, Scary D. What you doing? My man just teleports. He's just like, I have this relic, and I don't really feel like I get to use it enough. I'm just going to... Where do you guys want me? Whatever, I'm just going to go here.
I feel like he's restless. Like, he wants to make something happen, but it's just he can't because of reasons. Yeah.
No patience.
So, Problem Solved looking to buy. They're going to group up. I would imagine a Fire Giant attempt, looking for a team fight or a tier 2 push. Homiefe takes out the elementals, setting up ward control as Jigz is taking a little bit of damage, nothing crazy. I mean, that's a big boy. Jigz is almost the same level as the Soul Lane.
Good juke, but yeah, going to be forced to ult there. And he's probably going to get slowed. Yeah, hit it. And oh, this is big. He's guaranteed to go down here. His Fearless could be coming up in a few seconds, but he didn't get the heal that he needed. Hurriwind on the back line, going to find Garz even after his ultimate. And Scary D is just on his last legs.
Yeah, Baskin picks up that kill, and really, Problem Solved just taking full control of the game.
Really?
I mean, if they can get this tier 1, it's still not worth.
Look at this guy. Did he just chase 3 people away?
Just what face? Because I don't know what's going on anymore.
Just missed it. Hurriwind, is he going to jump over?
They're going through towers now.
How far does that? Oh, go jeepers.
Can you nerf that already?
I'm.
So looks like they're actually able to get away. Meerkat is kind of low. He's in a weird spot, but it looks like if I were Problem Solved, just do the Fire Giant, knowing they have to back. Meerkat actually going for some split push pressure. Hurriwind doesn't want that to happen. The sun's already down, so Hurriwind's just chasing. He knows, should be guaranteed. Misses the axe.
Oh my
Great Sanctuary. God. Meerkat just kind of looking around. He's going for it.
He's got those. We already talked about that. He's got those.
Yeah, being so far ahead, Hurriwind able to take the clean 1v1 against Meerkat. Not much he can do, especially being level 15 to Hurriwind's level 19. It's a big deal.
The Fire Giant almost just zeroed to death to Homiefe. That'd have been dope. Baskin, not having much trouble here against 2. In fact, it'll be another 1,500 gold. And a wasted ult. He's going right for it. Look at this guy.
Yeah, great poke, great damage. Aduro, Scaredy.
Look at this guy.
But Baskin's going to 3v1 here pretty solidly. There's not much. I mean,
he doesn't have any mana, though. He has exactly enough for 1 dash. Fire Giant should give him enough to use something else if he needs it.
Whoa.
Nice blink.
Still not enough damage, though. I think he can honestly just walk away to base, auto run.
Yeah, he's fine. 3 seconds. In fact, he's going to turn. He's going to. Oh, my God.
I'm done.
Oh, my God.
That's nasty.
Guys, there's no problem to solve here. Like, there's no issue. 3-man fearless don't mean nothing. 4-man stun don't mean nothing.
Yeah, rip Garz. Forced to jump away there. Hurriwind's looking for blood. Jumps into the red buff, and Garz, even with the wing blade, not enough movement speed to get him out of Thor teleport. Thor's in the air. PolarBearMike, please. You need to run. This tree is in trouble getting chopped down.
Nowhere to go.
By Homiefe, the Lumberjack, and Jigz actually picks up the kill. Credit with that one.
Surrender vote getting activated here as Scary D recognizes his fate is pretty much sealed. He's, I think, throwing out some love for the team as he's just trying to juke shots. He knows that this game has been solved. Right side, Phoenix to fall. Scary D to fall with it. Left side Phoenix stands, and mid will respawn in a second here, but has enough fire minions to burn it down. Aduro respawns, but is a lone level 15 Janus to face against what's seeming like a true SPL team.
Yeah. And this is nothing against Randozos. I think this was a last-ditch attempt to make it to the SPL. They gathered all the talent they could.
It's a good squad.
And
it's a good squad.
Individually, all these players are great. Just when it came down to team synergy and making it happen, they didn't have the knowledge or the coordination to pull it off, and it showed. So, yeah, they are not going to be an SPL team.
Unfortunate. Flex, problem solved. Welcome to the SPL. Welcome back, I should say, to a lot of the players that are on these teams. Baskin, Lassus, Incon, of course.
Shout out to Incon.
Shout out to Incon. 2 3-0s today. Two very seriously one-sided sets on both sides. Can't wait to see those two teams play. Oh, wait, they have played. I want to see them play again. Flex has gotten better than the last time they fight.
Flex is definitely getting better with every week that passes. Problem solved, though. They're a juggernaut of skill, and they are great. They're great at what they do. They have great team coordination, and individually, all those players are amazing. So
that was pretty much destruction. Front to back, game 1 to game 3, there really wasn't a point where I thought the Randozos had an advantage. There was a small time where Scary D had a little bit more gold, and there was one point where Garz had, I think, a higher level than Homiefe. Aside from that, it was just front to back. Problem solved. Incredible.
Yeah, and that was more of individual skill. We didn't even get a chance to touch on team play because all across the map, everyone was getting 1v1s, losing their jungle buffs, and really, when it came down to PvE and PvP aspects, Problem Solved had them in every individual area. So
now what? They're in the SPL. How are you feeling? Talk to me a little bit about North America. Obviously, you know a lot about MV. There's the new C9 squad, whatever they're calling themselves, Annenster and Friends. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Annenster and Friends. That sounds pretty good. That's like a Disney Channel show right there. Like
Andy and Friends.
Andy and Friends, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what you're thinking.
As far as like any kind of standings, I think Problem Solved could definitely contend with the top 3. With the new enemy, so the enemy is completely kind of in shambles. Yeah. So depending on the talent that they pick up, which there's not really too much of in terms of like NA, there's not much left at this point. So enemy's gonna have to really. I think they are probably gonna go down a lot. I mean, they lost a lot of talent there. I mean, it's just Chaos and Pain left. So I'm curious to see what they pick up, and I also want to see how the new C9 squad goes. Snoopy's in Soul Lane. Hey.
That's new to me. I fought Snoopy a few times. One time he got Robin. You were in that game. Things didn't go well. Purify didn't have Chiron or Robin mastered, and we just got.
It was 3.1 Robin. It was not fun. So, but yeah, no, Snoopy, he seems to be doing okay. Looks like he's getting comfortable with Soul Lane. Considering that he went from support to Soul Lane because Baskin dipped, you know, Snoopy was like, okay, I guess I can Soul Lane
now. Best sub world.
Yeah.
Best sub in the world.
Yeah, so Bear and Jeff Hindler are back together, and that's kind of a world-class dual lane. We have Cyclone and Kiki as the envious dual lane now, and we have MLC Stealth in the mid lane of Weekend, and that's really the big story. How's that mid jungle going to compare to the Annenster Bush mid jungle? Right.
Yeah, I mean, Andy and Bush, that's like serious best friend stuff. They're like living together now. One of the big things that, you know, Bush didn't really want to play as much anymore. He wasn't having as much fun. Andy was kind of in that same pool. They wound up joining up. They're having a lot more fun, from what I understand, with, you know, playing that mid lane jungle with each other, and they're dominating.
Yeah.
But that's to come. The SPL starts soon. We're very excited to bring it to you. Welcome to Flex. Welcome to Problem Solved. We start, again, what's the start date for the SPL? Production? Do we have a start date? What's the start date? 3 weeks. 3 weeks until the big show gets started. Remember, this split leads directly to DreamHack, which I couldn't be more excited for. That's going to do it for Relegations for Adonis and FDOT, and of course Allied. I'm Diem Brandon. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with the biggest action in Smite soon. See you guys later.